Well, you and I know that things are still pretty bad out there for almost half the country. Uh, Actually, I see it happen every day. Let's Go Help members. I mean, they're all in deep trouble somehow. And here's an article just came out today about talking about a fourth stimulus check. Now, you can't count on anything, but what you can count on is that people are still in a lot of financial trouble, and it represents a whole lot. Now, this article about this fourth possibility really talks about there's an organization called the Center for Budget and Policy Priorities. So this is it's more of a liberal think tank, as far as the side of the aisle goes. But they're actually good researchers and data. They may cherry pick a little. We all do that, right? So you have to be careful. But the data they're talking about now is the number of people that are still in big financial trouble. I mean, there's now like 25% of our households. That's like 30 million households, not people. A household is, there's average 2.5 people in a household. So if you take that 30 million and do 2.5, so two times would be yeah, 60, and then half of that, 75 million people that are suffering from, they can't make expenses from last week, and they can't make it all. There's 20 million people have trouble with the food. So their food shortage, don't have 20 million people. This is America. I thought. You never know. Here's this here 16 million people can't do the rent. 16 million people are still back in rent. There's a lot of programs for these things too. They're sitting on a lot of money. They still can't get it out. Food money, they're pouring more money into that. People just don't know about it. And it's really knowing about sources of information. And that's why we have to get people away from looking for an application. No, you don't look for an application. That's too complicated to find the right one. You got to look for sources of help. And that's what I'm all about now. Also, 23% of the families with children, so that's almost 25% of families with children, are behind in rent. Wow, you're going to have kids out in the street. Another thing is, what did I say? Oh, I already told you about 25%. So we have 30 million people that can't pay the bills. So what are you going to do? Okay, there's a lot of money sitting there that's unused in the COVID, and you have to squeeze that out of people, and you got to find sources for that. It's all about finding sources in my mind. You don't look on the internet for places to fill out. No, you get on the phone or email sources of help, sources of information, because they're the only people can understand. It's a complex system. You ask something and they say no, and it's called something else, and you didn't know that. You just know you're hungry and broke. That's all. And that, oh, we have the R01C3 plan. Yeah, they don't even know what the hell is in it. So that's why it's really talking to people and finding sources, and that's what I'm all about now. And I have a link in the description here of how to take most of those problems we have, that you have, that I talked about, that people have: rent, mortgage, utilities, food, things like that, and how to find sources in your neighborhood that could help you. I also have a special website. So if you're not a member, and really all this stuff is for free for members, if you're a member of Let's Go Help, either letsgohelp.com or letsgohelp.co. Both, if you belong to one, you belong to both. So you get websites to both when you belong. But here's another thing I have for only $5.95 that you may be interested in for yourself or somebody else. And these are sources. So these are the sources by state. So you go to your state and find the sources for your state. You have sources for paying your bills, fixing your credit, and getting out of debt. Okay, these are all sources in your state that get grant money to do that for you, to help you. This is what's important. You have to know those sources, not an application. It's the sources, man, because applications, there may be 50 applications. You don't know which one is for you. But the sources do. And they know who what else has. A source is the most important thing when you're researching for help. We've lost that in Google telling us they have everything. They do, but you can't find it. It's too complicated, to find it. And all you find are people want to get money from you. If you don't have money, that's the worst thing you want to do is give money to people when you don't have money, because they're probably suckering you in to giving them money because you're vulnerable. Okay. Also, for starting a business, a nonprofit, invention, or idea, the sources for that. All the sources just in your state. So it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Do you shoot fish in a barrel? I don't know. But you know what I mean. They're all in one place. Here's for training, higher education, and get a higher paying job. All sources. Yeah. That's the important thing. Or receive health care, dental care, pet care, and prescription drugs. Sources in your state. Yeah. And here's for consulting. See, not only are there free sources, they're free sources to find you free sources. How do you like that? These are experts in your city, in your state, that just give you consulting, mentoring, expertise, research, legal advice, all this kind of stuff. So that's other sort. Housing, you need a place to live. You want to invest in real estate. These are the sources for where to invest, the sources that tell you about the benefits, not the people that are selling you something, the people that are giving out grant money for you to buy a house. People are giving out grant money for you to make a down payment. These are the sources that tell you about that. Or how about legal help? Learn the legal loopholes for not paying your bills or your loans or getting your money back. Somebody pisses you off and you can't hire an attorney. You got sources of free legal help. How would you know that? And that's why each of those things are just $5.95, and that's at letsgoreports.com. And if you stay, I have a friend that will tell you how important sources are. And those with the sources are really the winners in society. So watch what
May the source be with you. May the source be with you.